Uh-oh. Say something. Nope. I messed that up. Hang on a second. What did I do? How about now?
Joel, you murdered
There
those
it
two
is.
men. What's your purpose in life now?
Criminy.
I know, right? Like, I don't have a purpose. Also, all of
Just
our
to be
frames
a-
are real messed up.
That's fair.
Just to be a real good
The
doggo.
frames
That's your goal
Just to
now.
be the best
I'm-
dog.
You're the best puppers. Just give me all the lovin's.
Get all the scritches.
There they
Oh
go.
man,
Always something. Hello,
Harvey will
everyone.
scritch the shit out of you.
Curtis.
Yes.
Chris is now playing me. I'm
Yep.
playing Duke.
I am.
I don't even see anything on Twitch.
Did
I am a
everybody-
good boy.
Oh my god.
In true TTRP theater
Yeah.
fashion, ladies and gentlemen.
Play Benny Hill.
Harvey's right.
the
Sasha
only one.
is not right.
I'll be blind
Erica?
this week.
Erica will be playing the role
Please.
of Sasha.
There, we move him on the fly. Here, let me scooch her over. Goodness gracious.
Curtis, I love you. You're the best.
Why is that? Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hello,
to
everyone.
Welcome to tonight's presentation of Manhattan.
Wait, am I
game-
still playing Blythe the dog?
Yeah.
Did I
Yeah.
miss what? No.
I hope you're ready for a dramatic
You-
character
Oh,
change.
You got
I know
them.
why.
I'm so
That's
sorry.
because
You
I've
got
got
them blood wings.
I had Blythe's hidden camera and moved. God bless.
Blood
I'm
wings are
sorry.
cool.
I'm so
Camera.
sorry, Curtis.
I
And
wouldn't
watch
see
her
it.
watch her zoom in from the road where she's traveling and just randomly just fuck everything up.
It would split Harvey in half and do all sorts of terrible things. Oh my goodness. This is Manhattan. The game we are playing is called KULT Divinity Lost by Helmgast. Before we begin, I'd like to do all of that shit. And now, I'd like to thank all of you out there live on Twitch for watching this mess. And those of you who watch us later on YouTube in the future, thank you. You are all the real reason we do this. We are a group of actors, artists, writers, gamers, all who love to nerd out on role-playing games, and we really love an audience. So welcome to our theater. Let's meet the players.
Hello, I am Jaylee, and I play Harvey Winston, the Cursed.
My name is Chris Toadcipher. I play Dr. Ernest Kennedy, the scientist.
My name is Erica, and I play Joel, the Avenger.
And my name is Duke. I play Sasha, the Broken.
The Broken. Thank you, players. And
Broken at all.
I think I have everything going. So now we can begin episode 18, Waffles.
Individual
Excuse-
pancake and
wait,
then stack
hold
them
on.
in a nice little mountain, and it's just really satisfying. Is
I
that
mean,
it?
yeah,
Just get a
like you're not
mouthful of that
wrong.
stuff.
Pancakes
Like when you
are
have a waffle.
wonderful.
See,
It's just
I said
too
that
much
Thaddeus-
syrup.
I
It's
said
too
that
much
Thaddeus-
syrup and too many
Thaddeus would be
waffles.
able to break the tie, and this motherfucker broke the tie.
But wait a
And-
second. You are a demon. You just said no butter on your pancakes.
Pancakes.
What?
You've never had my pancakes.
I can't control these
You
people.
don't need butter.
Curtis, do you like pancakes or waffles more? Answer.
I think I prefer waffles.
Yeah.
Ah, no, it's too
I
much.
typically
We need-
make pancakes, but that's only because I don't actually own a waffle iron.
I have straight up always wanted to own
Heathens
a
in
waffle
here.
iron. Since I saw All Dogs Go to Heaven when I was a kid, I was like, that looks amazing. I want one.
Simon owns a waffle iron that he got for Christmas that is in the shape of the Death Star.
That is so.
Awesome.
Oh, that is awesome.
It's pretty legit.
Doesn't matter what shape it's in. Waffles are not as good as pancakes.
You know,
That's
Jaylee, I
final.
used
We can
to
debate this at
I used to
Waffle
think
House.
that we could be like best friends.
No,
There's-
this is a real argument they're having at the Waffle. Harvey also shares my sentiments.
There's too many different types of pancakes. Yeah. All right.
Oh, the horror.
As we're about
It
to head
is.
to Waffle House, it's truly fitting.
It really is.
Demon bursts to the door and is
terrifying.
like, biscuits! We're like, no!
It
Nah,
really
biscuits.
is.
Okay.
Wow. I don't even know where to begin now. I will say that I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to start. Among us, there are those who have started perceiving reality for what it truly is. They see pancakes and waffles. They see cracks and sense what lies behind them. They have escaped our collective disorientation. These enlightened come in many kinds, such as magicians who utilize rituals and incantations to unlock parts of their divine soul, and those who serve archons or the death angels, devotedly in the vain hope of being rewarded with power and insight. There are the victims of misguided medical experiments, children of the night, and tormented survivors who have gained insight into insanity. There are wanderers and seekers who have successfully laid bare aspects of their divinity, led by dusky memories and prophetic predictions they've screamed out in their nightmares, or notes they write themselves while high on hallucinogens. Even in the darkest cities of Elysium, these enlightened exist and move closer to a full awakening. Our group sort of broke through that barrier in the last episode, where they all had to deal with many individual issues. Inferno, having wings ripped out of their bodies, having their nightmares surround them, amongst other things, but they have all seen and fought their way out of or through this enlightenment, and somehow stumbled out into a darker, larger, grayer version of Manhattan. And I believe they were trying to find themselves someplace to go. Specifically, what has started all of this, a Waffle House, I believe, was the destination of choice.
Do we know where we are?
You do
We
not.
see a street. Okay.
There are no street signs.
Do we recognize any of the, I mean, Sasha knows this city like the back of his hand. I mean, or at least New York City like the back of his hand.
No, it doesn't. I mean, it feels like New York, but it does not look familiar.
Or is there an indication of the sun, you know, of what we would normally call northwest or north, south, east, west?
Right. The sky is gray, and there is a bit of brightness that you may think comes from the sun, possibly. off in the west, or what you would maybe assume is the west, but you really can't tell. It's just variant shades of gray from one side to the next, but not like a hazy day or clouds. It's just a grayness.
Well, Sasha's going to start walking away from this cathedral that we were in. He turned all of those people inside on themselves, and I want to get us out of here. And if I have to, I'll use Wayfinder to try to find a quick, easy path.
It just, there's nothing really pressing as far as that goes. I mean, you could walk away quite easily. It's a big, huge, Gothic-looking building.
But there's no people on the street. It's
like a ghost town. There's a breeze, a little bit of debris blowing by, but you don't really hear any noises other than the wind through the buildings. All of the buildings look kind of modern, but the windows are sort of all glazed over where there are windows. A lot of the buildings, as you start to look around, you realize are just huge monoliths with really no windows at all. Maybe some slits or things like that in it high up. Then you stumble across a building that looks modern as hell. Just empty or dead. Glass window fronts. Across the street, some crazy Gothic-looking stone building that juts up very high. The buildings look much taller than normal.
Is there symbolism? So when we saw those different signs on the doors inside, when we were in Trump Tower, when we were in Malkuth's Temple,
right?
You know what I mean? Is that insignia located anywhere on anything?
No. It's rather odd. It's just this strange alternate version of your Manhattan.
Are there any animals around?
There aren't any animals.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find a Waffle House.
As a matter of fact, you don't see any trees. There's no birds.
Does it smell like urine?
Interesting. No.
Does it smell like anything?
From where you're at now, you can't really smell anything. You commented about the Waffle House.
Yeah, Harvey's just gonna follow Sasha along and look around, and just under his breath, he's like, "Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find a Waffle House around here."
When you get to the corner of that particular block you're on, Harvey, when you look down the street to the left, you're just mesmerized by this weird, empty town. There's a Waffle House. Lights.
Well, that's a trap.
Inviting, well lit, lots of glass. You can see people inside of it.
Are they, do they look any different, or do they look are they wearing cloaks or anything? They just
they're about half a block away, so you can't really tell.
I'm scared.
Well, Ernie, do you have any idea where we are?
I think yes is the answer to that question. But let me double check.
You don't know?
No, that's out of character.
He's got to use his big brain. Hold on while he buffers.
He's gotta open the player's guide of his mind.
So yes, I will use Arcane Researcher whenever I venture into alternate planes of existence or meet entities from other dimensions. I can declare that I have read about this dimension or creature before. So what do I know about this, Curtis?
Tricky.
Yeah.
Aha.
You are in the borderlands between Manhattan and Elysium, or Metropolis. Sorry, Manhattan is Elysium. You know that going through doors, going down an alleyway, anything may take you to a completely different place. However, the Waffle House looks inviting, but you also know that there are people who reside within the borderlands, humans included. As you are not the only people who are aware or enlightened, for that matter.
I believe I do at least have some semblance of an idea, Mr. Winston. I think we're in something of a transitional realm between what we know as New York City and, well, the other side.
Like purgatory?
I suppose it could be described as that to a layperson. They're generally referred to as the Borderlands.
All right. We don't really have anywhere else to go. What's your read on the Waffle House?
Oh,
I mean, I'm not one to turn down waffles. It's just it's kind of weird considering there's nothing else.
Yes. Any and all doors, turns, buildings that we come across while we are here can lead to practically anywhere. If we pass through the door into that Waffle House, we could end up someplace completely different, or we could end up in a perfectly lovely Waffle House.
Well, I'm hungry.
Oh,
And
for
I'm
the
always
love of... My goodness, am I hungry?
Yeah, you look chipper, dude. You look oddly, you look good. You look like you lost like 20 years.
Yeah, I
Is
don't
that
feel
a
like I can
brown
call you
hair
old man
too?
anymore.
No,
Well-
he's still gonna get called old man.
It's been a long, very, very long last hour, I suppose, from your perspective.
All right,
I'm
well
extremely hungry, though. Let's
Yeah.
take our chances.
we can talk about it in there. Yeah. I think we have a lot to catch up on.
So we're playing Russian roulette with doors.
When have we not?
If anybody's playing Russian roulette with doors, let it be me.
Well, then you're more than happy to take that first step, Shasha. Let me see what's on the other side.
Okay, I'm gonna lead the group, and when I'm standing on the edge of the sidewalk outside the Waffle House, what do I see going on inside the Waffle House? Are these people?
Yeah,
Just normal? Does just look like a busy
It's
Waffle
not
House
busy. It's not busy, but it's all completely like a Waffle House. You can see just practically everybody inside a Waffle House from outside a Waffle House. There are some customers in a couple booths. There are a couple of servers and a cook. A server behind the counter and a cook. You see another server on the floor. On the floor, meaning out on the floor walking. There is 2 men in suits sitting at one booth, and an old woman and a younger woman sitting in another booth. So 2 booths are occupied. There's an old man sitting at the counter, eating.
Are they eating waffles?
Or pancakes.
Motherfucker.
You don't know.
Damn it. Oh,
I'm
Looks
gonna
fine to
approach the
me.
door and I'm gonna open the door.
I'll be right behind.
yup.
Does anything change when the door opens?
You hear this ching ching of a bell. And you feel the warmth and the smell of pancakes and bacon and maple syrup.
I think I need to roll keep together to not burst into tears at that very moment. This is too normal and welcoming.
There is the cook behind the counter. The waitress on the floor comes over to you. She's attractive at first. But when she gets up to you, you can see what she really is. She has a scar that runs from temple to temple across the hairline and under the jaw neckline, as if her face had been transplanted.
Going on.
It's young and attractive, but her left eye has gone milky. When she smiles and speaks, her mouth is full of rotten teeth, like an amphetamine addict. A meth head, sort of. She's pleasant. Offers to take you to a table.
4.
Booth. Pretty much all there is in a Waffle House. You can see the cook behind the counter, an extremely skinny man, gaunt and pale, wearing jeans and a Motley Crue t-shirt. The 2 suits are seeming quiet, musing conversation with slight smiles and chuckles. The old woman and the young woman that are sitting at the other booth, the old woman seems to be lecturing. The younger woman looks rough and apparently has been crying. And the waitress will come take your order.
Anything obvious about the 2 different groups in the booths?
Nope, they just look like regular people.
Okay.
Joel kind of like ushers you guys into the booth, and she's gonna sit on the outside of one side.
Yeah, as soon as Harvey sits, he's like smiling at the waitress, being very pleasant. Can I get a coffee, please? Like a big old mug, whatever your biggest mug is. I'll take it and I'll love it. Just bring a whole pot.
Bring a pot. That'd be
Bring a pot.
great.
Will do.
Oh, you're the best. Thank you.
She goes to get your coffee.
Does anybody have any money?
I should have yeah, I've got my wallet with me. I can get us. Do you think this place even takes money?
Probably takes like soul.
They take like fingers or something.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Or in Sasha's case, claws. Can we talk about that?
I don't know.
What's going on?
I wish that I could tell you. I don't know. I came back. You were with me. you remember?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm sorry. I lost you.
then I came back and yeah, weird.
You don't know what happened to you? You seem you seem less you seem more sure of yourself.
Less drugged out.
Nice. It's really nice to see.
Oh, I feel good. For the first time, maybe in my whole life, I feel good. Like all the way around, all the time. Like I don't. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm nervous as fuck. I mean, I'm really wildly nervous. But I can admit that and not have it consume every bit of me. God, that's weird. That's weird.
It's nice. I feel strangely good too. I don't know. And
Ernst?
did I get taller? Did you guys get shorter?
Oh no, you're
for sure the Hulk. Like I don't.
What? And yeah, you saying Ernst?
Oh no, it's
Ernst
hot.
over here looks.
It's super hot. Just so you know.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's,
Gross.
I might need to get a
Really?
new shirt, but I mean,
No, you
if you
don't.
like it,
no, you don't. You don't
okay.
need a new shirt. You're good.
We sorted that out.
Dads, stop.
And you're a dog, all right? A literal dog. That's adorable.
I don't really know about that one.
Does it hurt?
No, I don't think so. Like,
So it's not like American Werewolf in London where like you stretch out and you're screaming and there's blood and all that. No,
God.
no.
Jesus.
No, it's just like a little flash of light and then.
No, I saw it happen.
Ernie
It was surprisingly smooth.
Ernie is young? Question mark. Ernie, you care to elaborate on that one?
He's been looking into the reflective surface of a napkin holder, just like
checking himself out.
Yeah. What? What did you say, Miss Watson?
Right. Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought I was
you
myself
wrinkly as an old ball sack anymore. So
Gross.
Nice.
Just curious how that transpired.
What do you know about wrinkly ball sacks, young lady?
Yeah, whose ball sack are you looking at, Joel?
I'm not looking at anybody's ball sacks. That's ridiculously disgusting. But Ernie, please care to explain.
Your coffee arrives.
Thank you. Cream?
Thanks.
Yeah, sure. She brought it with her.
Harvey fills up his cup and he's just like dumping like 5 packets of sugar in it.
Yeah, you like your sugar with coffee and cream.
Yeah. Some things don't change.
What's everybody eating tonight?
I'll get the bowl with all the eggs and the whole fixins.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chocolate chip pancakes and some bacon would be great.
Good. Sir?
Age before beauty.
I think we might be about the same age now. I need a half dozen eggs, 6 strips of bacon, 6 sausage patties as well, a full plate of hash browns, covered, of course, short stack, orange juice, and more coffee.
Quite the appetite.
Yeah, when someone else is paying, right, Doctor?
Yeah, I'll
Talk about-
I'll
Don't
throw
worry
in
about
for.
it. Don't worry about it. I'm like a millionaire. It's fine.
Humble brag.
And you?
I'm good with coffee.
No, eat something. He'll have what I'm having.
Very good. And she walks away.
Ernie.
Hmm.
Yeah, you got a lot of explaining. I know where Joel and I were. You did you stay and talk to the doctor? What happened?
Did you like
Wait.
inject yourself with something? Like what?
No, let's see. The last thing I remember from here, Sasha had the doctor did, what did he do? Something to Sasha, and Sasha fell.
Dude, this was literally like an hour ago. What the hell?
Right. I went to check on Sasha because, why? If the doctor was going to kill me, he probably would have done it years ago, and so I just moved right past him and checked on Sasha, and then I wasn't there.
Oh, where were you?
Have you read the Bible?
Like the whole thing, or like part
I
of
mean,
it? Or, like...
I really like Sunday school.
I mean, to each his own. I remember that. Right? Isn't that a thing from the Bible?
Less
others. I don't.
Less about the content, but rather the Dante, the Inferno.
Yeah.
Like hell?
Yeah, like the different like there's a place for like adulterers, and there's a place for like
people who murder people and
right, murderers and rapists, right? Is that what you're talking about? Is that right?
Yes.
Isn't that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Why does that matter?
Sure.
It surprisingly accurate.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you saying you went to hell?
Yes.
Like an hour ago, you were in hell.
Yes is the short answer.
What's the long answer?
Well, I can't really quantify how long I was there.
What kind of fucking deal did you make?
No, there was.
You
there
obviously
was no deal.
no, don't. You don't come back from that looking like that.
like 30 years younger. That is that. So you're saying you were stuck down there for an allotted period of time. You came back younger than when you went in. What's that? So, someone explain the math to me, please. I don't. I mean, I didn't finish high school, but still.
I mean, is it really the craziest thing we've heard in the past week?
Here's the thing. I've already seen what happens when somebody makes a deal.
I didn't make a deal.
Then explain to me.
The doctor was there with me briefly before I was left to my own devices in that place. And he told me how it was going to end.
How what was going to end?
What? My stay there and his life specifically.
Stay there like it's a hotel.
Well, once I knew the end game, I knew that I was going to make it out. So at that point, it was just keep going.
End game.
He told you the future?
Yes. Time it doesn't exist the same way for these creatures as it does for us. This much, of course, you already knew, but so he and I had, I think, from his perspective, done this before. And so he told me how it was going to end, that I would learn his name, his true name, and that I would destroy him with it. I didn't know that how long I would be there. I still don't exactly know how long I was there.
So we played right into his fucking hands.
Yeah, why would he willingly give you his
Holy
name
shit, we
if
played
he
right
knew?
into his fucking hands.
Well, that's what we've been doing literally the entire time, hasn't it? It's
Meta, where's Blythe?
She's there.
I know that she's not with us, but is she with us?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
at the Waffle House with you.
she's preening.
Down in some whipped cream and hot chocolate. And
She's walking around butt naked, just with her wings all the way out, just flapping.
We found
flopping 'em on the
clothes.
table.
It's fine. So what? Okay. So let me just lay it all out and get it straight. Blythe has wings and suddenly looks not as young. Joel can turn into a dog, and you also. Well, I mean, do you want to tell them what happened?
Well. Sorry. Ernie, you said that. Okay. The
Ernie, what
point.
the hell?
Ernie went to hell and then all this shit. Okay. We
Says
got
claws.
sucked into a dream, I guess, is what you would call it. Right, Harvey?
More like a nightmare. I mean, you said you've had them before, where they actually affect you physically, but is this the first time someone else has been there with you?
Like someone physically that's like in the same room as me? No.
And are they always like that? I'm sorry.
More or less. So the first thing that we saw when we were in this nightmare was my dad, but he was a lot younger. I mean, this was probably when I was, a baby, and there was a woman in his office and talking about her being drugged out and that somebody wouldn't let her clean, and then she would try to get clean and then they would just pump her full of more drugs. And then it was when I was a little bit older, I was probably 8, and it's a conversation I sort of remember having, but I mean, I was 8 and my dad was pretty shook, and he said, they're gonna use you and you have to let them. And then the last guy on my list, that son of a bitch, showed up. And I got him. I got him. I got to stab a fucking knife through his neck, and it was like, I feel better, but I don't at the same time because I have no idea what's going on. But
Do you think it was really him?
I don't know. That's what I'm worried about.
Well, okay, but what I don't understand about that, because I was there too, but the woman in the chair.
She was pregnant. And wait,
And you didn't recognize her?
I met a guy at the party. His name was Donovan. And he told me that he had made a deal. But the deal was that I had to kill Ernie. And she turns and looks at him.
Whoa.
Because he was the reason my parents were killed for some research you were doing on a woman that was pregnant.
How? Your parents weren't involved with that research.
I guess they were. They said it was government funded.
Well, the government's been funding my projects for years. I mean, I competed with your parents for funding for some projects, but they were never involved in. And I look at Blythe. I think she was pregnant, you said?
Yeah.
I think that was a former test subject of mine. And Blythe's mother.
Why the fuck?
What?
Why the fuck, Ernie? More, how can you pump a pregnant woman full of fucking drugs and send her to the other side?
She wasn't. She was just an addict. She needed money. I needed a test subject. She stopped showing up. If she was pregnant when she went over, she never told me that she was. And my theory, which is, and I gesture to Blythe's wings, fairly well evidenced, is that something on the other side assaulted her.
Blythe is starting to go a bit pale at this conversation.
I'm sorry, dear.
I mean, oh, so that's why the doctor. Oh shit, that's fucked up.
But why were your parents involved, Miss Watson?
I don't know. Beats me.
And why would my work get them killed?
It said that he told me that whoever ordered the fucking hit on my parents preferred your research to theirs. And he talked about the good side of science and the bad side of science and a whole bunch of shit that I don't really understand, but they liked your research better, so they just decided to get rid of my parents in the process. I guess to keep them quiet, maybe.
So do we know who hired the hitman? Like specifically?
No, I never got a name. They said it was some person on the phone, is what the first hitman said while I was ripping off his fingers. They said they didn't know, they just got orders through a phone.
Well, Who do we all know that is particularly interested in Blythe and loves calling on phones?
Tom.
Hypothesis, of course. No evidence for it, but it's a thought.
God, if only there were phones that you could carry in your pocket. You just call him up ourselves and get it sorted.
Meta. There are bag phones in 1990.
There are.
I'm talking more specifically a small phone you can just put right there.
Like
Maybe
a flip phone?
get the
Like a
internet.
Star Trek Like a Star Trek
Like
communicator.
some sort of hologram. I don't know.
Yeah, like one of those Star Trek
Those
communicators
things you
that
see in
just flip
Star
open.
Wars.
Yeah.
Beam me up,
Star
Scotty.
Wars has good ideas in technology. That's what we need.
Yes, it also has Ewoks.
Blythe is visibly upset and starts to get up from the table.
Life. It's okay. Like we're here for you. Just sit down. We'll eat. We'll figure this out.
You're a target, kid. I know
Yes,
you feel. Actually, I don't know what you feel. I know you feel powerful.
I'm gonna go see if these things work.
No, that's
And she makes for the door. And you see her step outside and her wings out. And she gives a couple of pumps. And she takes off.
And say Harvey would have gone up and like kind of gone after her and been like trying to convince her to stay, but I doubt that would work.
She's visibly upset. You can see that she's holding back tears, but you can also, she's got that blithe voice and she seems a bit excited about getting the opportunity to spread her wings.
metaphorically and physically.
Dine and dash.
You haven't even dined yet.
Do we go after her? Or do we? I mean, fucked up parents is one
She
situation.
tells Harvey that she'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, Harvey will come back in and go back to the table and kind of shrug and sit down. When she's made up her mind, I don't know how long she was on that table. I think she just needs some time to...
I need some eggs and bacon and waffles.
That's about the time that the waitress shows up with your food.
Oh, thank God. As you can imagine, there's not an abundance of sustenance available in the Inferno. So, if you don't mind.
Which direction did Blythe fly off? Or did she just go up and out of sight?
Up and out.
Sasha's visibly upset.
Yeah, Harvey's watching Sasha and he kind of reaches out and takes his hand and squeezes it and then eats his bowl with his other hand. You should eat.
Why'd you let her go?
How am I supposed to stop her? She has wings.
You shouldn't have let her go.
I'll go. I can try to find her, but again,
No, don't
Leave her
no,
alone.
don't leave.
She needs time
Don't
to
leave.
process.
I'm sorry.
That's a lot for anybody to handle. Give her a minute. She might come back.
I wasn't gonna tackle her. She'll I don't know. So what do we do? We're in
I don't know.
this world between worlds at
I don't
a
know. I fucking look. I don't even know what. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not. That's a lie. I am mad. Yes, I am. I'm fucking mad.
Harvey, did you see anything when you died?
It's a great question. Meta, I can't remember.
Yeah, you did.
Because I remember Sasha like showed
We
up.
were standing in the room with the cube again.
Yeah.
And Malkuth.
And you talked for a little bit, and you were told to stop all of us from solving
Yeah, that's right.
our
Okay.
greatest mysteries.
Okay, we're back in. I mean, I the room with the cube, and I saw Malkuth, and it's told me some things to do, and I think I think I failed at that, or it just doesn't matter anymore because it had to do with the party, and we're not at that party. We're at a Waffle House in a parallel demon dimension. So I don't know. I was supposed to stop you guys from doing whatever it was you wanted to do, but Blythe has wings. Joel killed the second hitman. I didn't exactly try to stop that. I didn't even think to stop that.
No, you can
Ernie,
help.
I don't know what your goals were. I never know what your goals are, to be honest. So, fuck, I might have something coming after me soon, but what's
Gains.
new?
I'm guessing his goals right now are gains. Look at you eat, you fuck.
Oh yeah, he's just
Gain some
shoveling.
fat.
Did I remember to get biscuits and gravy? Are those on the way?
Jesus Christ, Ernie.
I don't think you ordered
Sorry,
biscuits
what?
and gravy.
I order biscuits and gravy.
Joel shoves like the last half of her pancakes and like a slice of bacon at you.
I haven't eaten in time. Some vast amount of time. Forgive me, but leave me to it if you don't mind.
The cook from behind the counter brings you your biscuits and gravies. He's got a apron tied around his waist so you can see his Dr. Feelgood t-shirt. And he brings you your biscuits and gravy. You look like you've been through hell. And puts that plate down in front of you.
Clever. Yes, thank you. And just he dives right into those.
The cook chuckles and walks away.
I was so hoping that was going to be the cab driver.
Oh
Oh,
my
God.
god.
Don't remind me of that.
You said Molly Crew t-shirt, and I was so hoping it was going to be the cab driver.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah.
That's a fucking good idea. I'm glad you thought of it right now.
Nah, yeah, Harvey's just gonna eat and shovel down some more sugary coffee, and he's just kind of quiet and
Joel,
processing everything.
make me a perception roll, please.
Oh, I don't fucking like that shit. Perception, you said?
Yeah. Observe a situation.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Fantastic.
Oh,
You're just sitting there. It's just one of those moments you're eating. You are where your position is in the booth. You can see the two other men in the suits. Well, you can see one of them. The other one has his back to you. But as you're sitting there eating, you kind of look at him from time to time. It starts to grow on you that one of them, they kind of start to look familiar for a second. And the longer you look as you make your way through your pancakes or waffles, what did you get?
I got chocolate chip pancakes.
Oh,
and
chocolate
some
chip
bacon.
pancakes with a smiley face. I think that's an IHOP thing. I don't know if they do that at Waffle House.
They used
And
to.
you realize that one that you see is one of the hitmen, sans makeup.
Shit. You hear Joel like cuss under her breath, like I just did. You know, just go shit. And she gets really
Did you find a
tense.
hair or something?
And you can see she's got a hand reaching for her gun on the back of her jeans.
Joel,
Ah,
Jojo.
don't anybody move or panic. Look normal. The guy sitting in the booth across the restaurant from us in the suits. Looks like one of the guys.
The one you killed or the one you killed?
Curtis? What color hair
Number
does he
one or
got?
number two?
Oh, the hair's not colored, but it looks like number one.
That would be the one that I tortured in my basement.
Probably bad form to do it again in the middle of a Waffle House.
I can't just do nothing.
I think you can. I think doing nothing is some of our best moments have come out of doing nothing. Joel.
Jojo, if you've already killed him once and he's still alive, what's killing him gonna do?
What? I just sit here and eat pancakes and pretend like he's not there.
Yeah. For
I
right
don't
now.
I don't ask questions.
I'm not saying you can't ask questions. Let Ernie finish his breakfast. Let's think about this. Okay? We're in a place we've never been in that we don't understand. We've already been tricked. We've already been hoodwinked. Just because you think you see something doesn't mean that you see something.
You really have calmed down a lot.
She's hiding it well. Joel, roll keep it together.
Bacon crunches rather loudly from across the table.
That's hilarious. Oh no, I got an 8.
That is not better than a 9.
Not better than a 9.
What does that drop me?
Not better than a 9.
It depends on what he tells you, because
Yeah.
you don't.
I'm not holding it together.
You don't get control of yourself right now.
Nope.
As someone who has not kept it together,
Yeah, Joel, you go down 2 stability.
Oh shit.
And Sasha, as you are giving her this calm, you can see it boiling, bubbling up in her face. And she's not even looking at you. She's
Nope.
looking at them. You can sense she's going for her gun. And then she gets up and pulls out her gun.
I'm going to use one of my 2 sixth sense. It allows me to act first in a threatening situation, and I may not be able to stop her from getting up, but I'm going to get that gun from her.
Take it. Take my gun.
So yeah, Joel, you're about ready to start just unloading on these guys, but Sasha is like there in a flash and has just like almost not just quick and smoothly, the gun's just like out of your hand.
And you know what I mean? I do it in a way where the gun comes out in one hand and my other hand is holding her hand, and I'm just looking her in the face. I know you're upset, and I know you're scared, and I know you're angry, and I know, but listen to what I'm saying to you. This isn't what you think it is. Okay? This isn't what you think it is.
What do I do about it?
You sit back down and we figure out what we are going to do about it.
It's not your fight, Sasha.
Hold on.
Oh, kid.
We can do something here, Jojo, but Joel, you might not. You gotta hold on to yourself, okay? I can listen. He isn't the root of the problem. Whoever told him to do that to your parents is the root of the problem, okay? If you can trust me, we'll wait for Ernie to finish his breakfast, and I can have him come to us, and we can have a conversation. I know that's not what you want. God, I can see the hate in your eyes right now, and you need to cool it. But we can have a conversation, and we might be able to get some information instead of causing a big fight in a Waffle House.
Fine. But I get my gun back. Please.
Sit down.
She like slowly starts backing up, but she's also like looking over her shoulder every like 2 seconds at these guys. And like slowly sinks into the booth. Eyes are still glued.
Thank you.
They
Done.
don't ever even look at you, Joel. Nothing, no notice from them at all.
I want to let Ernie eat a little bit, and then I want to roll for charismatic aura. Noise.
Better than
One
a
of my
9.
options, I want to catch a stranger's attention. They become curious and approach you. So Harvey sees that Joel has sat down, and he watches her for a moment, making sure she's not gonna go all kamikaze here. And he kind of like gestures to the waitress with his head. Hey, those 2 guys over there at the counter, they come here often?
Well,
They
they're here
regulars?
all the time, honey.
Oh, okay. They have got names?
I'm sure they do.
But you don't know those names.
No.
That's all right. That's all right. Here, my meal's on them. Sorry, I worded that wrong. Crazy day. Their meal is on me. Would you let them know?
Well, there's no charge for your food.
No charge, huh? Is that the... Okay. Really? For all this? What's the catch?
Do you think you're in a regular Waffle House?
I guess not.
Can we kill them now?
No, you cannot kill them now. Joel, please don't say that in front of the waitress. I'm just trying to have a conversation, so maybe those guys look this way.
She just pointed out that we're not in a normal Waffle House.
No, we're not in a normal Waffle House, and those aren't normal guys over there, right? Are they, Miss Waitress? You know, you're looking absolutely lovely today. I didn't even notice the eyeball thing until just now. And you know what? I think it looks great. I think it looks fantastic on you. Oh, absolutely, absolutely great. And this comes from a guy who also has different eyes than he started with. All right. Well, they're not actually. Hey, you two over there at the bar.
Well, there's an old man at the bar. They're sitting at a booth.
They're sitting at the booth. You two over there in the booth.
Harvey, what are you doing?
I'm trying something. I don't know.
Didn't I just say that? Oh, fuck.
So the first one looks over at you.
Hey, there you are. Come on over here. We're gonna have a little chat.
He smiles at the guy sitting at the booth whose back is to you. And you hear, you don't hear, you see him say something. And then he gets up and starts walking over to you. Black suit, white shirt, black tie.
Harvey reaches out, grabs a chair, and pulls it up.
Harvey?
I told you we're gonna try to talk this out. Not everything needs to be violent. God damn. What brings you here?
What brings me here?
Yeah, what brings you here?
My feet.
Smart. I like it. And an insatiable need for waffles.
Don't I know you?
Oh yeah, you might have seen me around. I'm Harvey, and he holds out a hand.
Nice to meet you, Harvey.
Who are
He
you?
shakes your hand. You can call me Steve.
Oh, well, nice to meet you too, Steve. Always liked that name, Steve. I noticed your friend over there. He looks familiar. Do you want to bring him over here too?
No.
I think he knows my friend, Joel, actually.
Harvey.
Joel. Nice to meet you.
She's one of the most pleasant people you'll ever meet in your life.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So
just a
very
moment ago.
pleasant and not violent at all. No, I love her. We were actually wanting to talk to your friends as well. I mean, you're more than welcome to hang around, Steve. I'm sure you're a lovely guy.
He's enjoying his coffee. I'll just let him be.
All right. I mean, I'll go over there and talk to him if he doesn't want to get up.
He just glares at you a little bit.
Hey, all right, okay. Sorry, just trying to make a little conversation. You know what? Just go back to it. I'm sorry. I'm
not
sorry
yet.
for
Steve,
intruding. I'm sorry.
Before you go, Steve.
Interesting. Yeah.
What do you do here?
Here at the Waffle House?
No. Here. In this place. What do you do here? Tell the truth. And I'm going to use commanding voice. If I can get there.
A soul roll.
Does he have a magic level?
2.
That works.
Yeah.
So they must obey my order unless doing so would expose them to danger.
Right.
And my order is to tell the truth.
He just kind of smiles at you. reaches up and kind of opens up his jacket, and he's wearing a shoulder harness, pistols. Sort of flashes his gun and says, I take care of things. Whatever needs done.
Like people's parents.
Or, just people in general. Like your friend sitting over there, he does that too.
He does.
And just curious, how do you go about doing that? Who tells you? You're freelance, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
So if I wanted someone,
Sure.
who would I go to?
What do you need done?
A lot of things, Steve, but I think I'd like to talk to whoever's in charge of you about that.
That's me.
Okay.
Self-employed. Good man.
Thanks for your input there, Ernie.
Face.
Joel has grabbed Sasha's arm and is just gripping as tight and as like horribly aggressive as she can into his arm, and she's like vibrating with just pure rage.
No, specifically, Steve, there's got to be some, higher ups in this business. I understand you're self-employed, but there's always a bigger man.
I mean, we're not here to negotiate with you. We're new to the area, looking for work ourselves, possibly. You seemed a man about town.
Yeah, I can tell you're all new. You're shiny.
Thanks.
Just looking for a step in the right direction.
Where are you trying to go?
We're just trying to find our way, man. We don't really, like I said, we're new to town. We don't really know who's where and what's what.
Hurry this conversation up. I'm about to lose it.
I don't know what to tell you, pal.
Well, you can tell us who we can talk to maybe, I don't know, make something of ourselves while we're here. You seem to be doing pretty well.
Do all right. Why
You
don't
just-
you just talk to your patron?
Or what?
You're all marked. I can see it on you.
And do you get your orders from your patron?
I'm freelance.
Well, that's interesting. How do you get that tag? Because I don't like being marked.
You don't make deals. Or you make the right one.
Fair enough.
All right, well, this really didn't go anywhere. Thank you, Steve.
Jojo, do you have a question for Steve?
And I murder him now?
No, that's a question for me. Do you have a question for Steve?
Nope, I'd rather just blow his fucking brains out, to be honest.
Well, it didn't do you any good last time. And I'm not trying to keep that quiet. Does Steve have a reaction when I say that? No.
He seems a bit amused. And he just keeps watching all of you. And he just goes across.
All right. Well, we're gonna finish our breakfast. Sorry to take you from your table. It was good chatting with you.
Enjoy your chocolate chip pancakes.
Thank you.
Fuck you.
Damn it.
You've got a mouth.
You don't know the half of it.
Who'd you get that from? Mom or dad?
Okay, Steve, this has been great.
So you do know us.
I know you.
Fucking asshole.
It's curious that you've all ended up here. What are you trying to do?
get out.
Back to Manhattan?
Right now, I'd just rather find our other friend.
I'm the one with the wings.
That's the one.
Yeah.
She's a bit hard to miss, isn't she?
She's not too bright. Scary out there.
Don't discount her, man. I did that once.
Fucking trains, man.
Well, Steve, if you don't want to die, I would suggest that you leave the table before I let my friend loose on you.
All right. Wasn't much fun coming back the last time.
I'm sure it'll be much less fun coming back the next time. Because this time she'll have help.
Oh, yeah. You'll find your way. Enjoy your breakfast. He walks away, and you can see he's constantly watching you now and saying things with a smile to his partner.
Well, that less helpful than I thought it would be.
Just go full dog, drag him out by his neck, kill him outside. It's fine. No scene in the Waffle House.
Just want to keep murdering. Listen, I'm just gonna.
Killing him will get you nowhere. It's not going to make you feel any better. It's not going to get him to answer questions. Killing him will get you nowhere.
Nobody said it wasn't much fun the last time, so why not cause some more pain and suffering for him? I've had a fucking enough.
Let's just finish eating and leave and figure out what's next. I don't think we need to get in another situation. I mean, look at Ernie. He is really enjoying Waffle House the way Waffle House is meant to be enjoyed.
Just shit, everything covered in Heinz 57 and
So, Steven said something about us all being marked. I'm assuming he's referring to the deal with Malkuth, right? What you think?
Joel looks down and she like just now notices that she has a whole new tattoo sleeve on one arm. That's like it's all trees that are shaded in, and there's just two canine eyes peeking out of the trees. And there's like a really cool like paw print stuck in mud that's tattooed on the back of her hand. I don't think he was talking about that. She like looks at her arm. So what mark is he talking about? I mean, does anybody have a physical mark on them other than new tattoos randomly appearing?
If
I mean, I've not done a full body inspection.
I could talk to Malkuth before, and I think now I think you guys can too.
Well, that sounds unpleasant.
Why would I want to do that?
You find
Well,
out things.
Think of the research paper I could write.
Please tell me you lost your
gotta
freaking tape recorder in hell somewhere.
Oh no, actually, and for some reason the batteries lasted literally the entire time. I've collected quite a large number of research notes.
I hate you so fucking much. I'm going to smash that tape recorder.
Oh, please don't. So much would be lost. Plus, meta, how can I then release them as as Patreon exclusives? Spoiler alert. Patreon exclusives from
Hint, hint,
Ernie's
Patreon exclusive.
100 years in hell. Coming soon to a Patreon near you.
The Inferno episodes.
Mhm.
Sasha wants to, I mean, if Steve can see something, I'm going to assume that I have it within me to also see something. Can I make a soul roll to see through I mean, I don't even know if it would be considered illusion. I mean, we're beyond the veil at this point, right?
Yes.
I mean, is there a move that I can make to attempt to see our marks?
There's
Or
actually.
I mean, is that it? I mean, would it just be an investigate roll? I don't even know.
Go ahead and roll plus soul just to get it out of the way. And let me
That's better than a 9.
That's a lot better than a 9.
That's what happens when you have a +4 to soul.
Ooh. Yeah, if it's got the green box around it, that's a
Crit.
a natural 20. I'm just I've thought there was actually a advantage for this. But
I don't know that I have that.
I don't see one. No, I don't think you do. I think there's a different one. I'm just trying to I just wanted to
I mean, if you wanted me to, I could use my other sixth sense. The discover a clue or a lead when you're off track. If you want me to, you know what I mean? If you want me to burn that to get this, I would totally do that.
Because you're enlightened and you can, you can still use your see through the illusion to try to focus more on what's going on. And it's not so much an actual physical mark. If you start looking and it actually comes clear right away, it's an aura of you can see everybody's aura. You don't exactly know what it means. But
we all have one similar to each other.
Yeah.
Interesting. Can I see anybody else's in the Waffle House?
The hitmen don't radiate an aura. The women, the old woman and the young woman in the booth, they have an aura that is, the old lady's is quite bright, and I was bright is not really the right word. It's rich. I'll use that word. And the cook also and the waitresses also have a similar one. Do you I don't want to get into colors just because I haven't thought about it, but
That's fine.
I will give you sensations in that the old woman radiates an immense amount of power. The cook and the waitresses radiate death. As if they may not actually be alive.
And what do we radiate?
A power, but it is it's a different type than, the old ladies is different.
Okay.
But you can, when you focus, you can sense that she's something. You guys are something as well. But she's a lot of something. The others are more negative.
Fair. Okay. Ernie? Had enough?
Hmm? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Sure.
Are we 30 minutes in at this point? Has Blythe been gone 45 minutes, an hour? Do we even know?
It's been almost an hour by this point. 30, 45 minutes, wrapping up your food. Had your, your little interaction. And yeah, you just start to, she's been gone for a bit now.
Yeah, Harvey stopped eating. He feels bad that his talk failed and he also let Blythe go. So he's being a quiet boy.
Well, are we gonna go try and find her, or am I gonna have to keep sitting here in this booth staring at the two motherfuckers that killed my parents without being able to kill them again?
Do you think it will make you feel better if we drag them out in the street and tear them apart?
Maybe. Probably. At least for a minute. I'd enjoy it.
It seems like an awful lot of hassle.
I don't like it.
Are the two murderers drinking their coffee?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, there's no food. There's just coffee and conversation.
I would like to try and use telekinesis.
Jigga, what?
I want to use
You have mind bullets?
I want to use telekinesis. I can move some objects. I would like to dump their coffee on their crotches, their hot coffee. So
Nice.
that would be launch a small object.
That would be, small object. And you see them both react as hot coffee goes down their fronts. Both of their cups flip.
That's telekinesis, Kyle.
And they kind of jump up out of the booth in surprise. And then the one that had been talking to you makes direct eye contact with you, Joel. And then gives a grin.
Harvey just kind of looks right at Joel. He he kind of has the same thing meta, so he knows. And he kind of gives you like a warning look. Joel.
Fine, I'll play with them later. That will suffice for now.
We should leave.
I mean, won't Miss Blythe be coming back here if she's coming back?
She just found out that her dad is something from the other side. And she took off flying into the air of what you called the borderlands.
Yeah, and the last time she took off from us, we ended up finding her staked to a fucking plank.
And the last time we walked in, she literally was having wings.
And now she has an even bigger target on her. You think that everything that's here or on its way here isn't out looking for her too? That girl is in trouble. She may not know it, but that girl is in trouble. I don't care what new fucking toys she has. She's such a child.
How do we even find her if she's flying off, though, when this place could, who knows, change at any minute?
Fantastic question. I'm not the one that let her go.
We asked Malkuth. Malkuth, whatever. I know you guys don't like it, but Malkuth always has an answer.
So who's gonna ask?
Ernst? You seem to have some kind of connections.
What makes you think that?
Oh, I don't know. The fact that you told us that you and the doctor have some sort of mystery history. You happen to know where the fuck we are and what this place is about. You've been across more times than any of us. Stop playing coy. We're in this together at this point.
What do we want to know specifically? I need to think of how I can phrase the question.
Where is Blythe? Can we find Blythe? Did Blythe fly off into another dimension? How about any of those?
Any other suggestions?
You're the smartest motherfucker in the room. You want me to come up with the question?
Dr. Kennedy, you can do this, but just to remind everyone, you all have the advantage labeled services.
Yeah, that's what
I'm aware.
That would, I know. Okay, just making sure. And
I'm aware.
All right, yeah.
Really don't want to make a +0 roll.
That's why I asked who was going to do it.
You guys are assholes.
Because I got scared.
Fuck you, you pay a
can't
price.
just get away with sitting there and eat breakfast food all episode.
Yeah, fuck you, you pay a price.
You didn't pay for
I
your
just wanted
10,000
cocktail shrimp and pancakes.
He's just here for the food, man.
You watch your boyfriend get suicided and then go have to suicide yourself.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Where is? Okay.
Should be somewhere
there we
towards
go.
the bottom.
Okay, here's it's not the worst. It is better than a 9.
Better than
It
a
is
9,
better than
which
a 9.
matters quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
It's only
11,
increased
yeah.
by 1.
That's not too bad. That's just a +1 to debt.
Yay!
And is it a query that you're going to have?
Mm-hmm.
Or guidance.
Ooh, guidance to a location.
Yeah, that could be helpful.
Can you take us to live?
Always running away.
She's good at it.
So, Meta, does anyone remember what it was that we said we would do for Malkith? Because
We never agreed to anything. We just
Don't.
said yes.
We said yes, that we would just do whatever she asked when she asked it for an extended period of time.
Fun. Okay. Then I guess I will ask for guidance to Blythe's location.
Cool. Just out of curiosity, how when you're having this conversation, you're all like, okay, so we got this power maybe with Malkuth, and how do you go about that? I'm curious as to what that looks like. Improv.
Okay. So, Ernie, it will come to the others' knowledge at some point, I'm sure. Did more than just walk around while he was in Inferno. He closes his eyes and starts to chant words that none of you understand, and starts to trace symbols in the air, and then those symbols start to glow. And when he opens his eyes, they're solid black.
I'm sorry, did he just turn into a demon?
Yeah. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure I probably looked weird too. He's
Dr.
probably
Go ahead.
nah. I didn't have anything important to say.
Nah.
Dr. Kennedy, you see a lot of things. When you look and focus hard, it's like the first time you've done this, so there's a little bit of control issue, and you see your surroundings. I mean, like outside, you can picture the borderlands where you're at, but blended in that image is also Manhattan, and also blended in that image is what you assume is Metropolis. So you've got lots of stuff kind of coming at you all at once. And then as you focus, you can almost start to see through buildings as you scan around, and you sense a direction. And you know where to go.
Okay. Well, as I pull myself back to the Waffle House, the black fades, he stops chanting and his hand drops. Hmm. That way, and he points.
Did you talk to her?
No.
What were you just?
Different.
Were you sign language? Like,
Hmm?
what the hell did you just do?
I mean, that's
Speaking in tongues now?
not a bad descriptor, actually. They're arcane sigils. There are surprisingly interesting books available in the Inferno.
You went into the library in hell?
Oh, absolutely. Wouldn't you?
No, I don't.
Yeah, no.
But are the bookshelves on fire? Like what? I don't.
The Dante's descriptions, while accurate in many ways, was still very inaccurate for a good portion of the place.
So are you just riding around on a Huffy with like a little basket on the front full of library books? I mean,
I
What?
love that image.
Well,
Somebody
I mean,
needs to draw that.
I did an awful lot of walking. I found a radio flyer while I was down there, actually. Loaded it up, took it
you-
around with me, and uh, most of the time, actually, I slept in the library. It was filled with unpleasant creatures much of the time. But when they weren't there, sorry, I'm getting off topic. What was I saying?
Books on fire, Dante's something or other. Symbols, sign language.
Oh, yeah,
arcane sigils.
right.
Yeah,
Um,
that thing.
right. So
You still want me to believe that you didn't make a deal with something while you were down there, and yet all of a sudden you have power.
And you're, de-wrinkled, like you were freshly ironed.
okay. What deal did you make, Sasha? What deal did you make, Miss Watson? You both have new abilities as well.
Got a point, Sash.
I made no deals.
I didn't either.
died.
Neither did I. I spent. I don't know. I don't know how long I was there.
All of you in your mind's ear. I just made that up.
In my
I thought
mind's eye or
you have a
whatever.
mind's eye to see things. You should have
Yeah.
a mind's ear to hear things.
That is-
Sure thing.
That makes all the sense, actually. So
Yep.
the it's an old woman's voice. You have found your divinity.
I'm sorry. I know I'm losing my shit a little bit, but did anybody else just
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
but not hear something?
Oh,
Yep,
I turn
yep,
around
yep,
and
oh,
look
yeah, yeah,
straight at
yeah.
the old woman.
She's looking at you.
What did you say?
You have found your divinity.
Is she speaking out loud, or are we still hear it in our
Are you still
mind's
here
ear?
in your mind's? Yeah, in your mind's ear.
I'm sorry. Is the old lady talking to us in our heads? Did Krista
Sasha
say
tries
something?
Sasha tries to think it back at her. You know what I mean? Like not say it out loud, but say back to her. What does that mean? He, squints his eyes and
Give me a roll plus soul.
Sasha, are you trying to poop yourself over there? Are you okay?
That's what Waffle House coffee will do to you.
Better than 9.
We said 13.
She gives you a little bit of a grin. What was your question? I forgot it already.
What does that mean? Divinity? What does that mean?
Go to cat. Go find cat.
Do we all hear that, or just Sasha?
Just Sasha.
Where's Cat?
I believe the doctor knows the way. The scientist. Dr. Kennedy is the scientist, and since we have the doctor, I forget that I have 2 characters referred to as the doctor. The scientist, we'll say, she says, knows the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have a name?
You know my name. And it's best that you don't say names so often.
Thanks for the tip. Ernie, where's Blythe?
That way.
It was a really cute concentrating face you just made. What was that about? So we're going?
Did we take care of the bill?
Yeah, it's fine. It's take. You really were deep in those waffles, weren't you?
Yeah, anyone with a keen eye would have noticed that when she took your order, which would be unusual for a Waffle House, she didn't write anything down, had no pad. Now, I know at some restaurants they do that. Waffle House is typically not one of them.
No, because you got to stab the ticket.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Ernie?
Yeah.
You're satiated. You know where she is. Let's go get her.
Yeah. Yes.
Did his brain fry in hell? Like Joel, says to Harvey.
Harvey's like mid coffee sip and kind of chokes on it a little bit. Maybe so.
Just seems a little out of sorts.
A little bit. I think we all are, though.
100 years in hell do that to you.
Makes your marbles go a little crazy.
Makes you lose them all over the place.
Tasha gets up, kind of starts ushering everybody out of the booth like, let's move. We've tarried too long in this place. Let's go.
Right behind you, boss.
Joel hesitates
the scientist needs to lead the way.
And he does.
You said Joel hesitates?
She hesitates by the dudes just a little bit. And she kind of stares at her friends and stares at them for a second.
Did the dudes get more coffee?
Oh, yeah. Forgot about the coffee. Yeah, they did.
Harvey looks at Joel, and he looks at the guys, and he looks at Joel, and he looks at the guys again, and their coffee does the same thing. Because I also have telekinesis, and I spill it all in their laps. And then Harvey kind of grabs Joel's arm and like gives her a little smile and tries to tug her towards the door.
She like giggles a little bit as the guys, get coffee on them again, and goes with you.
They react again. They don't take any violence or anything, any action towards you, but they cuss and yell a little bit. A burnt crotch.
Sasha smiles and is the last one to leave. And as he walks by their table, he says, "Watch your backs." And just confidently walks out the door.
Doctor's leading the way.
The scientist is.
The scientist is leading the way.
Scientist.
Dr. Kennedy.
The doctor's dead.
Dr.
Hopefully.
Marvel's up there.
Does anybody truly die?
What a question.
Not in this game.
Yeah.
Nope.
You're walking along. Nothing really seems to have changed while you were in the Waffle House. Might have gotten a slight bit darker, perhaps. And your destination is not really that far away, Dr. Kennedy. It seems like as you move, it comes up on you pretty quickly, and it takes you to a building. And it is a similar building to the big one that the party was at, in the sense that it's identical, except a little bit smaller. But what sells it for you, because you don't really notice, the facade, it does not recognize at first, but what gives it away is the symbol of Malkuth. We're going to say that 2 times, I guess, from now on, over the door, and the flak chatters engraved or on the floor in front of the door in brass. That inlaid brass that they can do.
Oh, lovely. We've come full circle, apparently.
Why would she be here?
I guess you can ask her when we see her.
Maybe she thinks they have answers.
Is she even going to want to talk to us? I mean, finding out your parents are literal assholes is not fun, speaking from experience.
I guess we'll find out when we see her.
I mean, this is as close to home as we're going to get around here, I'm going to guess.
There are not a heck of a lot of reasonable spaces to take a seat in this particular version of the city.
Probably more comfortable than a library on fire.
It wasn't on fire all the time.
I mean, this is our team now, right? We're on this team.
I've always been on your team, dipshit.
I don't mean us. I mean that.
Harvey? You've got the most experience in it.
I don't know. This is I just want to go home. I don't even know if home is around anymore, and I don't even know who we can trust. I just know I've got you guys. So I say, fuck it, and we'll go in.
You go in, I go in.
I have been wandering alone for a very long time, so I am going to come with you. Yes.
Before we go in, I kind of got warned, and the story that Ernie told clicked back when it got said to me. Don't tell anyone your name.
What?
We keep getting referred to as other things. Right?
You mean like in the tower when all those typists?
Like when you got called Avenger.
Yeah.
Like when I got called Broken.
Okay. What happened to you while we were all separated?
The name issue, Dr. Kennedy, is familiar to you. That is one of the first things you would have learned, that names equal power. Finding the name of the demon that you needed was how you eliminated the doctor. So you sense some truth to what Sasha's saying in regards to names.
Mm-hmm. So, what name should we not use, though? For the creatures, it's their true name. It robs them of their power and ends their existence. But do we have true names? Is there a reason that these creatures refer to us by these descriptors rather than what we go by on the Earth plane?
Wait a second.
I don't know.
Wait a second. We were invited to Malkuth's party. And on those invitations were our actual, like, full names, or in some cases, Ernst. Our birth names. Julius.
I grab you by the hand and I pull your head down to me, which is like 9 inches taller than me now, and I give you a kiss on the cheek. I think it's cute.
No, it's never been.
Yes, it is.
But even my full name was on it too. And I didn't have a name change, but that is my full name, but I hardly ever use it.
Okay, I'm saying don't even think about it. I'm saying just be careful. Don't use it. Don't tell it to anyone. Don't call each other by it. Nothing.
Should I still go by Harvey?
Probably.
That means we're gonna come up with a cool new name for you. I like Maverick.
Maverick?
Maverick. It's sexy.
Maverick?
Maverick, yes. That's what we're calling you now. Hey, everybody.
No.
This is Maverick right here.
I'm not Tom
Did you-
Cruise
Best person in my
Top
life.
I was
Gun.
about. Did you know that Tom Cruise is actually about Sasha's height?
Yes.
I mean, we
I
could
met
call
him.
you Tom, but we got creepy annotations on that
I
name.
met him through Carlos actually, and he's a very strange individual.
Wait, you knew Carlos? Did we
Of course
talk about this?
Yes, it has been quite some. Well, it's been longer for me, but
Babe, it's decided. Your name's Maverick now.
That was such a terrible movie.
But a cool ass name.
I think this is
I
probably.
mean, I'm not gonna call you broken.
Well,
We'd just call you drug dealer.
yeah.
That is actually what I called him for the first 6 months of knowing each other.
Weed supplier. What was that for a while?
Yes, I have many talents. Okay, I'm a talented person. But
Yeah.
Maverick,
Yes.
you always did have a thing for Tom Cruise, I guess.
Sasha, are
Everyone
you
knows
packing
that.
heat and like loaded fully?
You can have your gun back if you want it.
I mean,
He's
yes, I
got
would like my
claws
gun
for
back,
hands.
but do you have yours too, just in case?
You can have mine too. I don't need it anymore.
Okay. I'm just saying, what if the finger trick doesn't work on cue? You know, I like backup plans.
Meta.
Yep.
That's what she said.
I
Oh,
think
dear.
this is a good time to take a quick break. We got about an hour left, and I think Sasha's got to go pee. So
I do.
You mean Maverick?
Maverick. Fucking Maverick. Where'd you even come with that?
Maverick has
Yeah.
to take a potty break.
So we're gonna take a quick break, and we will be right back.
We're coming back, right?
Find a bit when we're coming back.
We gotta find a bit.
Okay,
You gotta
but-
weigh the pros and cons of
But you can
pancakes,
get
and then weigh the pros and
butter
cons.
in every
Waffles.
single one of those little.
Exactly.
You can get butter in every
Okay,
single
yeah,
one of
maybe
them.
if
But
you
why
want
do you want all that
diabetes.
butter?
Because
I mean,
it's
because butter is delicious.
Okay,
yeah.
pancakes are fluffy and they
But
soak it up, and it's
there's a
a
specific
certain
amount,
consistency.
right? There's a way that you
There's a
layer
crunch.
flavor
Well,
There's a
together.
waffle. There's a
pancakes
crunch
right.
to it.
And we're back.
I don't want crunch, I want fluff.
See, this is why I entitled tonight's
This
episode
is my
"Waffles."
breaking point.
Premonition.
I'm gonna roll a real life, keep it together to not go off on y'all about how pancakes are obviously superior.
At least we're still on the same team, love. I mean, at least we're still on the same
Going over to
team.
Duke's house and we're gonna eat pancakes and we're gonna take pictures of it and send it to all you guys. Be like, wish
Wait,
you were here,
wait,
but
but
you
I-
don't like pancakes.
No,
so
I
you're
love.
not
I love.
invited.
I
It's
love
not that I don't like
pancakes.
them. I just prefer a waffle. Like if somebody said, "Would you like a pancake or a waffle?" I'd say, "Hell yeah, give me a
Well,
motherfucking
I just
waffle."
hope you're not looking
I-
for an invitation to the pancake party in the mail, because you're not gonna get one.
Just be
for-
me and
Have a
Jaylee.
waffle
For
soiree.
all of our fans out there who might
We're
like to
all
get
like there.
engaged in this conversation of pancakes versus waffles, I think I'm going to go to our Discord and
I was about to say
rename general discussion pancakes or waffles.
Do it for
the
Twitter
endless
poll.
rank
Yes.
war. The endless
Yeah.
rank
Endless
war
rank
is
war.
just the
Pancakes
waffles
versus
beat
Erica.
pancakes.
Waffles and pancakes.
Yes, that's
Erica,
awesome.
we need
Erica,
a
I
Twitter
might
poll.
do that.
I was
So-
about to say yes,
Twitter
Erica.
poll.
Do a Twitter poll.
Okay, I'll try and put up a Twitter poll.
Any of you fans out there who want to discuss pancakes and waffles, our Discord link is down below. And yeah. So was there any other last minute conversations you guys had before you walk into this place?
Rile
I'm
me
just
up.
concerned about what we're
Great.
walking into.
Well, I will tell you this. I mean, there was a reason I said it was smaller. It looks like a similar building because of the icons that Sasha had been searching for earlier. This building actually has some symbols on it. And those ring familiar. However, it's not the same. It's definitely not as big as it was. And the front doors are solid as opposed to glass. There's actually a door knocker.
Does the door have a peephole?
Oh God!
Oh my
Thank you.
god.
Look at that
Let's
look
not
on his
go back.
face. Look at that
Revisit.
smirk on his face. He's so mad that you asked that question.
Bringing that one back.
Thank you.
We're
They've
in there
gotta
like
come
glass
back every
doors, and
now
we're
and
like, It's the entire doors of people. Oh my god.
Every time I mention a door.
Hey, if Krista was here, she would have been the one that
Yes,
asked.
True.
that's very true. She
Take a
would
one for the
have.
team.
We have to keep her spirit alive even while she's not here.
Yes, we miss you, Krista.
We do miss you, Krista.
Krista the barista. And she's not even a barista anymore.
She's not even a barista.
I know. She's a barista at heart.
I don't know how she feels about
There
it.
is no people on this door.
People. But there is a big knocker.
Yeah, it's a solid double door with nice brass handles with the old push thumb kind of handle. And yeah, there's a knocker on each door, actually.
I just got young Frankenstein.
Uniformity. Right?
What?
Knockers?
I'm glad that somebody else
like-
was giggling about it because I was too.
This is the first time Harvey's gonna get a handful of a knocker.
Yeah.
And the
Two
appropriate
knockers on each
response,
door.
the appropriate response when the scientist says that is,
Thank you, doctor."
Oh man.
Thank you, doctor.
Yes, we have gone off the rails.
Ugh.
Werewolf. There. Werewolf. There, castle.
I'm
you
gonna have to
talking like
watch
that?
that tonight.
I thought you wanted to. Sasha
Roll, like,
isn't
grab
even
Grabs the
going.
knocker.
Sasha isn't even going to bother with the knocker. He's going to just try to open the door.
There's a perfectly good knocker there.
Yes. The door opens up, and it is when you walk in, Dr. Kennedy, you maybe even get a little bit of excitement. It's like a big old library. Dark wood. There's lots of bookshelves, kind of like a mix between what I would call like a library and sort of, in the movies, you'll see these guys that'll go to some of these uppity social clubs, men's clubs, leather chairs, tables, low light, but there's reading and there's people here of all varying sorts, young, old. You can see some old men having a discussion over a chess game. There's bookshelves. There's shelves that have scrolls on them, like stacks of scrolls. There's ancient books. You see a row of computers, and there are some young people at these computers working on them. You don't really know what they're doing. There are kids there that look kind of like punkish, all the way to somebody like, with like an Indiana Jones sort of outfit, men in suits, all sorts of stereotypes in this place.
Is there anybody like disfigured or, has their face stapled on backwards or anything like that?
You do notice one rather large man who is now making his way towards you. He looks to be about 7.5 feet tall, probably 350, and horribly scarred face. And he just walks up to you and kind of just stands and looks at you and is just like examining you, seeing who you are, but he's not saying anything.
Friend of yours, Ernie?
Can't say we've met.
Like
We're
the size
here
of you.
looking for our friend.
He gives you the follow me wave. He doesn't say anything and turns around and starts to walk through the main part of this big room. It is not the big massive room that you guys saw in that first building. It's more like a library, you know, smaller, quieter, old. Feels very old in here.
When he gives that motion, I say, "Cat, got your tongue?"
That's funny. Sorry.
Miss Watson
because-
turns into a dog.
Yeah. You don't even know how true you are. And he just
Yes, I do. I got told.
he kind of just gives you a little bit of a glare and well, not really a glare. He makes eye contact with you and nods.
That's comforting.
And then turns to lead you. Sorry, that completely caught me off guard, dude. That was an awesome line because quite literally, yes, Cat has his tongue.
I lean up towards Sasha. What was that about?
Yeah, you want to spill beans?
Not here.
Smooth, whatever it was. It was nice.
Okay, you can be impressed and horny later. Let's go.
What? He shuts up.
So yeah, this big man leads you straight through this main room, and then around a wall of bookshelves, and it's another kind of a lounge area. There's a leather couch, a couple leather chairs, and a lamp. And in one of those chairs, kind of the bigger the chair, almost gives you like, is she really sitting on a throne? It's not a throne, but it's just a bigger chair than the others. And it is a young lady, maybe 25, 26, small frame. She's got stark white hair cut sort of in a spiky cut.
When we walk in here, I would like to use one of my bound abilities to
Yes.
see a true form of someone when I look at the lady.
Bound.
Yes, I rolled at the beginning and I got 3
that's right.
edges.
Oh, cool. She is as she appears.
I see Harvey, and he hasn't done this for a while, but he kind of does his weird little, like, twitchy, stiff thing, and his eyes change for a moment to that swirly, purplish black, just for a few seconds, and he looks kind of puzzled as he looks at her, and then he blinks, and they return to normal.
You okay, Harvey?
Yeah, I thought she'd be something. I mean, her chair's pretty big. That's normally like, oh, I'm evil.
And
She looks fine.
She says, I just like big chairs.
Does this chair have any similarity to the chairs that we saw when we were in the room with the cube?
No. No,
Okay.
It's just an overstuffed leather chair.
Okay.
I was hoping that you all would show up. True enlightened.
Everyone,
Welcome.
sorry. Thank you. Everyone keeps calling us that. Enlightened. What is that since we got these new abilities that makes us
Quite valuable. And powerful. It's nice.
valuable?
like price tags on our head, valuable.
No, like the ability to make fire. It's a valuable skill. I mean, I suppose it could make you a a bounty. Is that what you mean? Of sorts? But, not here. Here, you're just, well, hopefully, powerful team members. My name is Kat. We are the Flak Chatters.
Black chatters.
I know. Odd name, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got a ring to it.
I believe it started somewhere in Europe, perhaps. I'm not sure exactly where it came from, but that's our name.
And what
My
do you
name-
do?
We are explorers.
Explorers of
Metropolis. The Borderlands. Yeah, all the things in the illusion. We are all tied to Malkuth.
We're looking for our friend.
Oh,
Have you seen her?
Yes, we have.
Is she safe?
She is. She's found a friend and is learning some new skills. She is quite powerful.
does his name start with T and end with Om?
She looks at you confused, like unknowing. Tom?
Yeah, just curious.
Yes, Tom. She's trying to be funny. Tom.
I can't say that I know. I mean, I know a couple of Toms.
Really creepy. I guess likes to call on the phone a lot.
No.
well, where is
That's
she?
not who she's with. She's upstairs.
Can we see her?
She's busy at the moment, but I'm sure she'll be down soon. She has lots of new toys.
Great.
Kat, do you have anything for us?
Do I have anything for you?
Yeah.
I have a home. A center.
Wait,
Information. Everyone here is an explorer. Many of them have traveled to various places in Metropolis and beyond, and have returned. And for generations we have written about it, studied it, tried to find out as much about what is going on as we can, and further Malkuth's goal.
You keep saying Metropolis.
Ah,
Where is that?
Metropolis is really where we are, although we don't see it. It's an illusion. Your world, the world we were born in, is not real. Humans, once upon a time, were gods. You have discovered some of your abilities. That is your enlightenment. You have been enlightened as to the fact that you have things that you can do that you couldn't do as normal people. And with the right information, you can become fully awake and return to your full divinity. Metropolis.
There's that word again.
Yes. You are gods. We are gods. These creatures, and she points at the big guy, the big tongueless lug that is now sort of standing behind and off to the side. They were our slaves. And something changed. And now they have imprisoned us and taken our powers and hidden them from us. And they keep you blind in a world where they kill your parents and force you through terrible medical experiments. And she gives Dr. Kennedy a bit of a glare. Although he was just doing what he thought he needed to do. The same goal that we have. We're just not so violent about it. What we do is search for information to help find people, find their divinity, and help them become awake. And one day, we will rule our world again. And these creatures will once more become subservient to us.
And this is what Malkuth wants?
This is. Malkuth created the illusion. At the orders of the Demiurge, who is gone. There's many powers. Malkuth's power was conformity, originally. She helped build, she didn't help, she built all of the illusion. Hid everything behind a veil. But, Malkuth being Malkuth, when the Demiurge was gone, she rebelled, realizing what she had done, and has sought to tear it down. She's at war with all of the other Archons, all of the other powers. She's defeated one, but there's still 8 more.
And that's why they want us.
Oh, yes. Blythe, your angel, was under the thumb of a dark angel. Who is well aware of your powers and has now become aware of all of you. And has been trying to keep you from us for quite some time. We lost you at the party. I see everything came out all right.
Wait, I'm sorry. You've been watching us and keeping tabs on us?
Yes.
But never stepping in and helping?
That's not always possible. It's difficult to understand. You must realize that in the world that you lived in, your everyday traffic, buildings, phone calls, television, it's all an illusion. It's not
Oh,
real.
bullshit. Yeah, we get it.
Sometimes we can peek at you from behind the curtain and keep an eye on you, as it were. We
But
keep an eye
why?
on a lot of people.
But what makes us so special from the billions of other people?
Well, nothing, ultimately. They all have the same powers too. They just haven't found them yet. They haven't awakened. They're not aware. They're certainly not enlightened. Some do, but as all of you have realized, it takes tragedy to find it.
So you're saying our entire lives, childhoods, vacations, jobs, being poor and on the street and all of that, none of it mattered? None of it was real?
It was your prison. It is how they keep you mundane. They are afraid of you. If all of humanity were to awaken, then the world would change.
So Malchus, the good guy here?
Yes,
But wait, Malkuth built the illusion
correct.
and now wants to tear it down.
Think of it like the men who build the concentration camps, only to discover afterwards what those places could do. And then realize, holy shit, this is a terrible thing. And then imagine if all the bosses disappeared and you had the power then to start slinging the sledgehammer.
Okay, so forever ago, God, it feels like forever ago. There was this cube, and what was that, a sledgehammer? I gave it to Malkuth, and I thought I was doing the right thing, and then I thought I was doing the wrong thing, and
Yeah, that wasn't Malkuth. That was a trick. That's
So
also
then, who did we pledge ourselves to then, Kat? If that wasn't Malkuth,
it wasn't the pledge was, I don't know who you pledged to. It wasn't a power. It was part of an illusion to get you where they wanted to get you. I know it's very all difficult to understand. You have to spend a little time with us, perhaps, and maybe see some things to help all of this make sense to you. We were hoping that you could get the cube to us. That's one of the reasons we started watching you. Because
what
of
was
that
the cube? What was in it?
It's a key.
To tearing down the veil.
Yes. With that key, you could go anywhere.
Oh, fuck.
So how do we know that this isn't another trick?
Fucking
to be a trick of the trick that was a trick that's supposed to be a trick. So
you have the power to see. Look for yourself.
I don't. We don't know how yet.
I think I do.
Yeah.
You are all, including Blythe upstairs, valuable, Joel, because you can help get that back. These people that you saw studying outside are looking for answers, other doors, other keys, always searching. We have lots of people out there. All around the world. Your world.
How do we know we can trust you?
I know. It's an understandable question, and I can see that you're all confused, and it would be very confusing indeed, but in time you will understand. Just know that you're gods, and you have the ability to do lots of things, and you will learn how to harness that power over time, and hopefully not endure too much tragedy.
Training montage.
It's the eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight.
So are you enlightened, Cat?
I am.
How long have you been here?
Jinx, want me to go?
I have been in charge for about 5 years. I'm not that old.
Say you said this has been going on like a super long time, so 5 years is relatively short. I think Ernie can attest to that, who's being very quiet, surprisingly.
Well, you don't learn things by opening your mouth, Miss Watson.
You have to have questions, Ernie.
I'm letting her say her piece.
So why the change of management relatively not long ago?
Our old leader ventured out and unfortunately has not yet returned. Had been gone for quite some time. Somebody needed to step up and take the place.
Got a shower in here?
We do. Yes, there are apartments upstairs.
And we're just welcome to stay.
Yes, we have one for you if you would like, or you could go to your homes.
I don't think our homes are here anymore.
If you want to live in the illusion, you can. Elysium is the name of your world. Your reality. You slipped through the borderlands to get here, but if you were to walk out the front door now, you could be right on the street. Yellow cabs and noise. It's up to you.
Is all the, bad stuff gonna be there?
The bad stuff is always there.
So if we stay here, what does that mean?
Well, I hope that you would join our cause and perhaps help get that key back. We have people now trying to determine exactly where in Metropolis or one of the other dimensions it might happen to be. There are other places. Metropolis is our mirror world. It is the true world. However, below it is an underworld. Near it is Inferno.
I'll be right back.
Okay. You would have known it in your lives as hell. The literal hell. Not necessarily all fire and brimstone. I believe all sorts of climates and terrains have been discovered there. Gia, the natural world, jungles and forests. But you've come to the right place. Especially you, Dr. Kennedy. Much, much more information.
I'm looking forward to perusing your library.
We have many, many texts.
If we do go back to the illusion, how do we know how to get back here?
Well, you have the ability to do that. It's more of a control. It's, well, for instance, you were in the Borderlands, and I believe, what was it, Harvey, you were thinking of a Waffle House. What happened?
Well,
There was your Waffle House.
so we can make things appear here.
Think of it more as a control over the illusion. You had your moment to create a Waffle House. It was your power that did it. Now, other powers stocked it. That happens from time to time when someone doesn't have complete control.
Okay, well, we made some sort of pact with, I don't even know if it was Malkuth or who.
Yes, there were lots of agreements. You were tricked all along the way. Malkuth has your debt. Ultimately, you are bound to her. The lady has been with you always from the beginning, Harvey.
And the lady and Malkuth, they're one and the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's a name.
Okay.
What if we don't repay the debt?
There is no default option. You're gods. You will live forever in one fashion or another, at least. And if you continue to awaken, then you will have control over that as well. You
This
just
is a
have
lot.
you just have a smidge of your abilities as it is. But you can admit that they are quite powerful.
Yeah.
Can we just like borrow an apartment for now so we can like clean up and maybe talk about
Certainly.
this? I mean,
Certainly.
I don't want
Does-
to make that decision for everybody here, but
Does this place? Can we just kind of mold this to what we want?
Well, yes, you missed this part because I was explaining it to Harvey when we were talking about the Waffle House. That you do, Sasha, have some control over the illusion as part of your divinity. The ability to go from one place to the next, or move things with your mind, or turn yourself to an ethereal being. You all have varying abilities to do that, and so with, yes, the right concentration and the decision to do or want something, you can just about make that happen. Now, like I was explaining to Harvey, your control over that right now is weak. Harvey was able to get his Waffle House, but as you saw, I am sure you didn't come up with the creatures that were in it or the people that might happen to have been there. Those are stock items. But Malkuth kept an eye on you.
Was that her?
Yes.
She's everywhere.
I mean, I don't know exactly how she presented herself to you, but I was informed that she was watching. Malkuth is not a physical thing. It is a principle. But yes, we do have rooms upstairs. As a matter of fact, there is an apartment for you. Should you choose to have it, you can certainly use it. Blythe has already made use of it for some new duds. We have food. There's showers, anything that you would need.
Guys, what are we gonna do?
I need to be pointed in the direction of your books on the Arcana.
Certainly.
I have something of a plan, but I need to do some research.
She kind of snaps her fingers just a little bit, and the big guy leans down, and she whispers something in his ear, and she says, "Morton will take you."
Excellent. Are the rest of you going to stay? I'm staying.
Harvey offered a shower, so
I don't need to know
I'm gonna
anything
go
else
with that.
I'll see you guys. Sweaty.
And tall.
Okay, I'm
Very
gonna go
tall.
with Ernie for a little bit. You guys can have some privacy.
Yeah. We'll catch up.
What?
We're not
Sorry.
gonna go into the details there. You wanna go
Nope.
upstairs? Upstairs?
Yep.
You said, Kat, you said upstairs? Which direction? Point me there.
I'll take you up there. I've sent Morton off with the scientist, so I'll guide you. And she takes you through another wooden door, and there is like this big spiral staircase that goes up, and you go up the spiral staircase, and then there is hallways, and she takes you to a room. and opens the door, and it's like a penthouse suite. And you go in, and there's like a living area, and you can see a kitchen, and then there's a hallway with other doors. It's a nice place.
Jesus, this is even nicer than your place. Fuck.
Better decorated.
It's very old school, dark, lots of dark wood, heavy curtains, that sort of thing.
Morton's Steakhouse kind of.
Yeah.
I think I need a spiral staircase.
Pretty cool.
So this is all ours for however long we need it.
As long as you want to stay with us. Now, I hope this means that you will be joining us. Like, officially.
Can we have some time to talk it through?
Certainly.
Thank you.
I'll let you rest and relax. If you need anything, I'll be around. And she leaves unless somebody else says something.
Not really.
So the lady isn't the lady, is in Malkuth.
You know, I'm not quite sure. She was kind of vague, but I think the lady in Malkuth and Old Broad and Waffle House, I think they're all the same.
Right. But we said yes to someone who
We did.
isn't who we thought they were. Is that right?
I don't know.
Just because I wanted her to be able to explain it to you. This is part of Curtis just being way too Obi-Wan Kenobi with his answers. It was a fake. These were the people that were trying to trick you, to get you to believe certain things, to engage other powers. And so while they got you to say yes, that particular person had no authority to take your debt. It was a mental thing by getting you to commit to something in your head. However,
right. So it wasn't Malkuth.
Right. But the lady, the real lady is. That was a impersonator. Right. Okay, cool.
No, I get that part. But in Sasha's brain,
right.
His process is, well, then who the fuck was that? Because now Sasha wants to make sure whoever that was, that he had to watch Harvey gouge his own throat out with keys. That motherfucker's gonna die. That's what Sasha wants.
Gotcha.
From top to bottom, inside out, every atom that he is, he wants to find out who the fuck that was.
Right.
So that he can make them pay.
And gotcha. Harvey's just like, damn, was I over dramatic? Was that even necessary? It wasn't even a god like you thought it was.
No, honey, you're always melodramatic.
Always over dramatic. Yeah, he kind of sits down and takes a moment and like runs his hands through his hair and looks up at Sasha. It's been a long week. How are you? I don't know if I've asked how are you? I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I was worried, really worried about you. Okay, your face, you tried to take your own face off and you shot at me and you just kept getting erratic. And I know you say you're fine now, but Sasha, if we don't need to do this, we can go back and we can get you help.
Okay.
We can put you up in rehab, and I'll be there with you, and we can live a life together, and we don't
Listen,
have
you have
to.
you have every reason. You have every reason to be worried.
You know,
You
I
have
don't want to
nothing.
tell you you're
There's
crazy.
nothing but bad experience, and I've done horrible things to myself, and I have, and
And you know what
I had
sucks?
uncontrolled. What?
I instigated it. Anytime you wanted a fix, I found you drugs. And so, maybe this is selfish to say, but I feel partially responsible for all that, okay? And you say you feel fine now, but I need to know if you're actually fine.
I can't promise you that things won't go poorly. I can't promise you that. But I can promise you that for the first time, maybe since you've known me, that I'm okay. There isn't this constant weight on my brain. I'm not worried that someone is going to come in and snatch all of this away from me. I'm not worried that I'm vulnerable at every turn, with every breath that I take, with every thought that I think. I'm not scared. Okay?
I am. Fucking terrified.
You didn't do this on purpose.
Yeah, but maybe if I didn't take that deal,
We what? We never would have admitted to each other how we feel? That's how I look at it. See? Listen to that. I'm being positive. Get it? See?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not used to it. For some reason, I don't know, you not being nervous makes me more nervous. So what do you think then? We stick with this? I'm scared, but I go where you go.
If they'll let us stay, and if they'll teach us how to unlock whatever this divinity is, I'll stick around here for a while.
Okay. Guess it's settled then. The first sign of anything wrong.
I don't make deals,
we're getting
though.
Joel. We're getting Joel, and we're leaving.
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
But if it means we have to stay for a year longer, will you stay?
For you, anything. Yeah. Yes, I will.
For you. Don't do this for me. Do this for you.
It's just, I don't know how to take all of this. I finally got the life that I wanted, and then I find out it's all a lie.
You knew it was all a lie to
It was
start
all.
with,
I know.
honey.
I know. It was all a lie anyway.
It was all a lie.
Fuck! It was a great fucking lie. All right. I got cool cars and people paid attention to me and I was talented and I owned the stage and anytime I walked into a room people wanted to talk to me. I wasn't
I always paid
anymore.
attention to
And
you,
then-
and I tried to give you all of those things, and
oh, it's hard. It's and here when people pay attention to you it's because they want to kill you or they want to use you. But
there
right,
comes a certain threshold when you become powerful enough that no one can use you anymore. When you grab the power, when you take hold and you do it for yourself. That's why I don't want you to do this for me, and I don't want you to do this for Joel. You have to do this for you.
last time I did something for me, I fucked up.
You didn't do that for you. You did that for this idea of what you thought was going to make you happy.
He just like stares at you like speechless for a moment. And then he slowly smiles and stops running his hand through his hair. It's always been the nervous habit of his. Yeah, you're right. You're always right. It's not. I don't know what I want. But I feel good, here, being tall and strong, and my eyes feel weird. I think there's something there, and I can move stuff with my mind. And yeah, I think I want to figure that out for both of us. At least let me have that.
Okay. I'll give you that.
Want to hop in the shower?
Yes.
Yeah.
Transition.
Yeah, Dr. Kennedy, the big lug, Morton. I better write that down before I fucking forget it.
Well, we're in the Morton Steakhouse, so there you go.
That's right, Morton Steakhouse, and he takes you down into the depths of the stacks to the arcane section. We'll say. Doesn't say anything to you, just leads you and then points at this row of books.
Excellent. Thank you. Joel, did you come too?
Yeah, I'm like pitter pattering behind you, like looking around.
All right, Miss Watson. And he pats his pockets and pulls out a notepad and scrawls a couple of specific arcane runes on it, rips it out, and hands it to her. We're looking for books concerning these runes specifically. Since you don't know what you're looking for, it may be somewhat more difficult for you to help me find them, but look for these symbols.
Can I ask why?
We need the key.
Right?
I'm going to get us the key.
How? Sound like
I
you have a
don't know
plan.
yet. I have to I need the books so that I can design a circle. And I need to know that it will work, so I need to double check everything, which is why I need the books.
Ernie, what happened to you down there?
uh, uh, um, not much, but still so much. It's a very lonely place, but at the same time, it's filled with these unspeakable horrors. But there's much knowledge to be gained in horror, and I knew that before I even went there in the first place.
Did you just suffer the whole time you were down there?
No. There's a solace to be found in solitude, of course, but
You did suffer in the sense that you hungered and thirsted for 100 years.
I know. I'm getting there.
All right, sorry. I just
Insert.
didn't want. Sorry, I didn't. I'm defending my suffering.
He's gonna insert it.
Like, oh yeah, you suffered. Okay, sorry. Carry on.
There's a solace to be found in solitude, but I don't know how long I was there, but there's no food, there's no water, there's the fire, there's the creatures, there's fear and running and hiding and finding a safe place to sleep, but you can't really, and it's always. But I didn't die. I just kept going.
Ernie?
Hmm.
Are you okay? Because after my parents died, I lived, on the streets for the most part. My safe place was Sasha's house. And I spent pretty much up until last week a good portion of the time by myself. I know what that can do to a person, but an unspeakable amount of time with that, I mean, that's. Are you okay? I mean, your marbles seem a little out of whack.
uh it's nice to be able to speak to someone again, someone that isn't just myself or my notes. I I'll I'll get there, I think. But for now, we need to get the key. I need to design the ritual in my head, and I need to make sure that it's going to work.
Did you ever think about, any of us while you were down there? Or anyone special or anything like that?
In all honesty, you Harvey. Blythe, the poor thing. Sasha. I've hurt each of you. But you're also the closest thing I have to friends or family. And I've only known all of you but Sasha for a week. I was already living in the Inferno before I even went there. I just didn't realize it.
You remind me of him, you know.
Who?
My dad.
I liked your father.
I did too. Right. Okay. Symbols, right?
Yes. If you can find those ones specifically, I should at least be able to translate and find out if the text around it is going to help me in my research. So look for those symbols and bring me any that you find. I should be able to look at the text around them, and hopefully they'll let us take the books back upstairs because it's a little cold down here.
Being in hell, I thought you would enjoy the cold.
Well, anything that's not surface of the sun level hot is now cold, so
Nice.
As you guys are having this conversation, Blythe runs up to you. And she has just this excited look on her face. Guys, check this out. And she sort of tenses up her body and squints her eyes and turns into like a ghost, like a misty version of herself. You can see through her. And she like and then comes back. And then goes solid again. She goes, "Isn't that cool?"
yes,
That's
very,
so
very
fucking cool. I just learned how to do that.
How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
How are you?
Good. Working on a plan to fix everything.
So I take it you're sticking around. You're joining the cause. You're signing your name on the dotted line.
Aren't you?
I don't know. But hey, when you can turn into a giant dog, hit me up. And then we'll see who's cooler.
That is pretty cool. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Newsflash: Krista prefers pancakes. I just texted her.
Was that a pretty good Blythe imitation? Guys,
That
guys,
was a
guys. Oh, awesome. Thank you, players. Thank you for staying up late with me. Let's go around the table and get a quick reaction. I know it was kind of a slow episode tonight, but we are in a bit of a transition, and we did learn some new things, so that was pretty cool. And let's start with Harvey Winston.
Hello, that's me. I am Jaylee. You can find me on Twitter at Jahoy_matey. I also play Daisy in our KULT the Heartland games on Wednesdays. And me and everyone else here actually will be in the upcoming KULT game that we announced a while ago that'll be in a few months. I'm very excited for that.
Me too.
Yeah, I like this game. Even though we just kind of sat around and talked, I still enjoy it a whole bunch. And I know it's building up to big spooks, so stay tuned.
The waffles are always exciting.
Yeah.
Joel didn't get to do the dog today. I thought maybe you might dog out on those guys, but
Oh, I
I
thought
was
for
thinking
sure.
about it. I was gonna do it, and then I was like,
My
wait,
lord.
should I not do that in the middle of a Waffle House with a whole bunch of other unknown creatures around? That would be,
yeah,
that could be.
I've got everybody gun shy now.
I doubt that.
Okay. I'm Erica. You can find me on all of the social medias at Erica Inmore 97. I'm also the community manager here at TTRP Theater. So if you haven't liked and followed us and rang the bells, punching the bell, whatever the cool kids say
Mhm.
on all those things, go ahead and do it. Make me feel like I do something during the day. And join our Discord because you can find me and all these lovely people roaming about trying to rack up points and put memes in.
I've never heard the term punching the bell. Are we getting old?
I don't know. I
Where-
think I saw it the other day.
Where'd they call that?
We're officially getting old. But no, I love this game. Even though we didn't really do a super whole bunch today, I always love our lovey-dovey moments where we get to, just sit back and have a cry and
Yeah. And you did get to eat some chocolate chip pancakes, so
I got my chocolate chip pancake.
that's pretty good.
But it was a good episode. I had fun.
Outstanding. What about you, Dr. K?
My name is Chris Stone Cipher. You can find me on Twitter at Chris Stone Cipher. You can find. Hang on.
Yes.
Where is it? There's Mew Jackman.
Yes.
The
What a
greatest
beautiful
meowman.
boy.
Yes, you can find him on Instagram at the greatest meowman. I've not been posting as many pictures of him lately. I need to get back on that, but yeah.
I may have to make an Instagram for my new silver kitty. I haven't
Do it.
Yeah,
joined the club.
the saga of Jane Klonda is unfortunately over. She
no.
had to go to the Humane Society.
Oh no.
Well, I was hoping that she and Mew would start to get along, and I had her for 2 weeks leading up to an appointment to get her spayed, but she.
Yes, I
she-
remember
they-
last
they just kept-
episode you had to take off for a second and
Yeah.
go break a fight apart.
Yeah, they just kept fighting, so I had to take her in. Unfortunately,
man.
I'm so
hopefully she
sad.
finds a nice forever home though.
Hope so. That happens with
cry.
kids sometime.
My heart
But
is
yeah,
broken.
Chris Stone Cipher on Twitter, the greatest meowman on Instagram, right here every Friday. Well, every Friday that we can.
Yeah, and
That-
Dr. K is got books and books and books surrounding him, so
Oh,
I'm
man.
excited
Oh my
God,
to
he
see
is-
what
And
he's
he's
going
kind
to
of
find out.
crazy too. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
He
Yeah.
I
is
was
in.
waiting for him to say
Losing
stuff.
it.
He is
Don't
in
let
hog
Harvey
heaven
hear
right now.
that you think he's your friend, though. He'll eat that shit up.
And yes, Blythe couldn't be with us tonight. We miss you, Krista the barista. Have
Safe
fun
travels, safe
on
travels.
your trip, and we will see you soon.
Binks the Black Cat on Instagram.
Yes,
also.
Binks the Black
Good
Cat
luck.
on Instagram. You can find him there. And that leaves us with Sasha.
Hello. I am Duke. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Invisible Duke. I am the creative director here at TTRP Theater. I play Sasha. I also GM the Renaissance City game, which is a Prowlers and Paragons Ultimate Edition superheroes actual play, kind of a radio drama in a sense.
It's great.
Myself and a bunch of old friends sit around and talk about hats and throw robots in rivers. It's a good time. Yeah, I love this game. I love lore drop episodes. I'm a big fan of lore drop. We're coming closer and closer to the climax of this whole series, and so I can't wait until Friday every single week. I'm ecstatic at the changes in the characters and seeing how all of this weird stuff that's happened over the last couple episodes is starting to change and evolve the way that we play as players. So yeah, I, as always, had a absolutely fantastic time tonight and am so grateful for all of you, but especially Curtis for
Yes, thank you, Curtis.
putting
Thank
us
you.
through
Yes.
yeah, putting us
Thanksgiving
through
is
all of
coming.
the drama and trauma that he does every Friday night. So
I know, and I'm, now I'm trying to create bigger and better horrors that will outweigh your new powers. It's very difficult to do, to find new things that are even more creepy and scary, but I have done it. It's coming. Yes, thank you guys, and I love you too. It is a blast. We love this game, even though I kind of screw it up from time to time, and some of those hardcore cultists out there may criticize, but we're getting it all out there, and it's a lot of fun. And we get and what I screw up on this one, I get to make up for on the Heartland, and then when we get to Long Strange Trip, it'll be perfect.
We're gonna be pros.
It'll be awesome. We'll be
right, we won't make any mistakes.
No, zero mistakes
None.
made.
The frames will never get switched
Dude,
around.
Matthew
and
Mercer
audio will
is
never
the
be off.
most famous dungeon master in the whole world, and people at him after every single game.
yeah.
Don't sweat the small shit.
Well, we love it. We love this game. Thank you, Helmgast, for your fantastic 4th edition. Anybody who wants to play Cult Divinity Lost can do that. You can get started for free at cultdivinitylost.com. They got some starter PDFs over there that will get you hooked for sure. Thanks also to Roll20 for being our virtual tabletop. The music worked almost perfectly tonight, so you guys are getting better at that. They have character sheets for both 3rd edition of the original Cult game, if you're old school cultists, as well as sheets for the 4th edition Divinity Lost, which is what we use. It's a blast to have those available to us. Go to our YouTube page and subscribe. It's free, and it helps more cult fans like you find us. It's huge for our discoverability. Like, follow on Facebook and Twitter, and join our Discord server. It is a very active Discord server. It goes through some dry periods, but as soon as somebody starts something in Discord, then it explodes. So feel free to come jump in. There are lots of people who would love to have conversations about waffles, pancakes, memes, whatever, pets.
Ask me and Erica about the Mandalorian, and then ask Duke about the Mandalorian if you want two completely different rants.
That could get real juicy.
You will find opinions on all sides of the scales. Links to all of that is down below. So do that for us. If you would like to help us keep doing this and come up with new and creative things to do, the best way is through word of mouth, and always be watching. Get more people to watch. The eyeballs, those numbers are most important to us. If you really want to help get in on the build, you can visit our Patreon page and help keep these stories and new, even more exciting tales of the dice coming for as little as $1 a month. The games that we have coming up, let's see. We have Curse of Strahd tomorrow, I hope. It's been hit or miss lately with some things, but I think we're all on board for tomorrow, so fingers crossed. Next week, D and DDT, are they coming back next week? I believe so.
Yeah, they're on Monday.
I haven't heard anything, and I think we're going to get a break from Prowlers for 1 week or so, and then we're going to get like a double shot. Some exciting stuff coming up on Renaissance City for Prowlers and Paragons of Renaissance City. Duke's show that I'm mangling right now. Sorry, Duke. It is a great show. I love that show, and I get to edit it for putting it out. Duke gets to do all the hard editing. I just get to put all the pretty pictures together and throw it on, and so I get to hear it a couple of times, and I love it. It cracks me up. I end up laughing out loud, real LOLs while I do that. They really crack me up. And then let's see, we have Heartland on Wednesday. I believe everybody's going to be available for that. Then it's Thanksgiving on Thursday. Everybody have a great holiday. We will have a show for Black Friday. We have to have a cult show on any day that's called Black Friday. It has to happen. And I know we've got at least 3 of my people are going to be here. So I'm not exactly sure what kind of an episode it's going to be, but it will be an episode. If everybody will have a real episode. But something cult is happening that night. Let's see. Yeah, that'll be episode 19 or so. This is like episode 19 is going to be the last one before our finale for Manhattan is coming up. But just a reminder, we will run a short series of episodes through the rest of the holidays that will follow these characters as they transform from enlightened to fully awake to the illusion around them. But these players are still not done. As Jaylee mentioned, they will all play characters in our next KULT Divinity Lost game, Long Strange Trip 72. And just a little hint, the setting is Las Vegas to LA, 1972, and psychedelic drug use will be a thing. Just a tease. To wrap up, I'd like to give a final shout out to each of you out there, the ones who watch, the ones who help pay the bills, the ones who help create, and the ones who help us perform. And all of you who support independent creative work. This is a new format of storytelling and performance, and your support, whether it's eyeballs or tweets or money, thank you. Thank you for watching. And from all of us at TTRP Theater to all of you out there, we say good night, sweet dreams, and we love you.
Night, sweet dreams. We
Good
love
night.
you.
Sweet
Good
dreams.
night.
We love you.
You.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.